Today let us see about special diode, in which we are going to see about LED, that is a light emitting diode. Second you will see about photodiode, and third you will see about the solar cell. I hope you remembered, already I mentioned all the special diodes are nothing but heavily doped compared to your ordinary diode, that is nothing but your PN diode. So let us see first LED. LED is nothing but which is always operated in forward biased condition. So I hope you remember what is forward biasing. When your P side is connected to positive, N side is connected to negative of the battery, that is called as forward biasing. And in LED there is always forward biasing arrangement to make it operate perfectly. Okay. Now this is the symbol of your LED because it is emitting light. Light is giving, so our arrow is showing it outside. Clear? Now coming to the second, how the way it operates, as I already explained in your ordinary PN diode, your PN junction when it is forward biased, what will happen? Your N side is given to negative. So that same electrons, majority charge carriers in N side is getting repelled due to the supply. So they will try to move towards P. Similarly, your P side, that the majority charge carriers are holes. By getting the positive supply, they are also getting repulsion from the battery side. So they both try to come towards each other. When the majority holes and the majority electrons of N side and majority holes of P side, they try to overcome each other. Now you can just see, imagine this. Now this majority P side holes comes to N side where they are minority. Similarly, this majority electrons in N side, now they will come towards the P side. So what will happen? So in both the sides there will be majority and minority charge carriers, and as you know, electrons and holes are oppositely charged, so they will start to combine with each other. This process is nothing but called as a recombination. Due to this recombination, light is emitted or photons are liberated. Hence, it is showing little bit of light. That is nothing but your LED. You can see there are two types of LED. One LED which is available in the visible region, means which we are able to visualize, that is 0.4 micrometer to 0.7 micrometer, and which we are using for the indicator purpose. You can see your television. As soon as you switch on, you find a green color light. When you switch off, red color light. Stabilizer also, fridge also, you can find there will be small indicators just to identify that okay, supply is given. For that purpose, that is in the visible region. A remaining invisible region also there, where you are using in your remote. Then you are using for the burglar alarm as well as for the optical communication, which is beyond the visible region, that are all infrared region we are using. Fine. Now coming to the VI characteristics of the LED. It's like same ordinary PN diode. It has the characteristics same in forward bias. Only the difference is that in ordinary diode, you know, your silicon, it will be turned on at 0.6 to 0.7 volt, whereas germanium 0.2 to 0.3 volt. But coming to your LED, it is made up of different types of materials like gallium arsenide, gallium arsenium phosphide. It depends on the color what type of compounds you are selecting. So usually they turn on at a higher voltage, and it is more than 1.5, even sometimes 1.8 volt also. That is the difference in the graph. Graph shape remains same, but the cut-in, this voltage is nothing but called as cut-in voltage or knee voltage, means how much minimum amount of voltage required to turn on the device. That will be turn on voltage or cut-in voltage or knee voltage. That will be higher for LED, whereas it will be low for your ordinary diode. That is the difference. Now coming to the second, that is your photodiode. See, your photodiode, the speciality is it is always a reverse biased. A reverse bias means what? Your P side, it will be given to negative of the supply. N side, it will be given to positive of the supply. So oppositely connected, hence it is a reverse biased. Now how the way, what is the like here LED, The functionality, how it operates, is nothing but the process of recombination. This is one mark question always asked in most of the competitive examination. LED operates on the process of recombination. Similarly, it is operates on the process of photovoltaic effect. What is photovoltaic effect? When light falls on a semiconductor which is highly light sensitive. Means light sensitive means it will absorb the light very easily. That type of materials, when you allow the light to fall on it, then it converts that light energy to a voltage. So light is nothing but photons that is converted to voltage. So hence this effect, it is nothing but called as photovoltaic effect, because converting the photons to voltage. Now here I already mentioned there will always be a reverse bias. Then what will happen when you reverse bias? You allow the light to fall on the photodiode's junction. Now as soon as light falls, what will happen? There will be generation of charge carriers at the point of junction. Then as it is reverse bias, they try to separate. The electrons will try to go towards the N side of the battery and the holes try to go towards the P side of the battery. So separate. After that they will be collected towards the two N terminals. That is nothing but your P side N terminal, your anode, and N type N terminal, that is cathode. With help of that we are able to collect it. So what is the process happening here? Generation, separation, then collection. This is the process it has happened. Now coming to the VI characteristics, as it is negatively biased, you have seen already Zener diode, it is reverse biased, where you are finding the graph in the third quadrant. Same way this is also reverse biased, so you will find the graph in the third quadrant. This is your reverse voltage, this is your reverse current, this is the current. You will find I1, I2, I3 like that, where your below currents are of higher value compared to the upper current. So I3 is greater than I2, greater than I1. Clear about it? And for what purpose it is used? It is used to detect the signals, or it is called as photodetectors, photodiodes. Clear? Now coming to the solar cell. The beauty or the speciality of the solar cell is nothing but it does not needs any biasing, neither forward bias nor reverse bias. That is the speciality of the solar cell. Now the thing is, here the junction area or the window where you are allowing the light to fall on the junction, that junction area they made very large, so that much of the light it can absorb and it can easily convert that light to voltage. That window they will make it somehow larger area, your window. Now what will happen when the light falls on it? Same, it operates on photovoltaic effect. That is nothing but generation, separation and collection. Here you are collecting at the your solar cell. This is, let it be P, this is be N. At the end you are connecting one resistor. So whatever the voltage generated, it will be drop across this resistor. So you are considering that resistor as load, you can take the output voltage. This is the symbol of your solar cell, because it is generating the voltage. So this is the symbol of the battery or not. Now coming to the graph. See, the graph is special. It is in the fourth quadrant. You never find this type of graph in any case of diode. Fourth quadrant. Why? Because these are all drawing currents from the supply. Anyhow LED is forward biased, you are giving, it is drawing the supply or the current from the source. Here photodiode is reverse biased, it is also drawing current from the source. Whereas in case of solar cell, there is no supply connection. It is not drawing the current, rather it is supplying. Hence you are finding your VI characteristics in the fourth quadrant. And what is this voltage? It is called as open circuit voltage. What is this current? It is called as short circuit current. Now there is a beautiful question regarding this. Most of the people believe that solar cell operates only on solar light. Is it correct? Solar cell needs solar light or sun's light to operate? No. The answer is no. Why? Because any light can make the solar cell to operate, provided when your photon energy, the light you are allowing to fall on the solar cell, that light's photon energy h nu, if it is greater than band gap, then definitely electron starts to liberate or emitted from the surface. Hence, for solar light or solar cell, sunlight is not mandatory. Okay, clear? So you can take the snapshot. Okay, students. One more important thing, just I want to remind. In case of solar cell, there are so many materials we are using. Apart from that, silicon and gallium arsenide is highly popular. Why? Because they are popular. Silicon, you know, it has the band gap of 1.1 electron volt. Whereas gallium arsenide, it is around 1.53 electron volt. But gallium arsenide is highly popular for used in the case of solar cell, not silicon. Why, you know? Because it has high light absorption capacity. Hence, gallium arsenide is highly preferred material for solar cell. Though silicon can perform the same work with the low voltage, but light absorption capacity or sensitivity towards light is less for silicon compared to gallium arsenide. Hence, gallium arsenide is mostly preferred material for the solar cell. What type of material we used to prefer? Which having justify that target and with low cost. But it is justifying the target mostly whatever our requirement by getting more efficiency or higher efficiency. Hence, your gallium arsenide is highly preferred material for solar cell. I hope you get the clarity about the LED, then your photodiode and solar cell. LED is forward biased, photodiode is reverse biased, solar cell no bias. LED based on the principle of recombination, your photodiode based on the principle of photovoltaic effect, that is nothing but generation, separation, collection. Solar cell, it also based on the principle of generation, separation and collection photovoltaic effect, but without biasing. That's what its graph is in the fourth quadrant, its graph is in the third quadrant, its graph is in the first quadrant. Always forward biased first quadrant, a reverse biased third quadrant, without any supply, that will be fourth quadrant. Okay, students, take care. Bye bye.